Hey guys, Comic Boom here to give you an honesty rant. In 2023, I made the resolution that I would try to put out a little bit more content on various subjects. And one of those segments that I've come up with for myself is an honesty rant. And these are basically just going to be me ranting about something, being brutally honest about how I feel about something, and not necessarily not nec- not necessarily coming out with any pearls of wisdom by any stretch of the imagination, but venting a little bit about the way I see things in the DC universe. And frankly, there's a number of things that I'm just compelled to say, and so that's why I'm doing this. Now, the first topic of my first honesty rant is going to be based on the question, does it really matter if the Titans replace the Justice League for a while? Now, we know that coming out of Dark Crisis, that the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have decided, coming out of Dark Crisis, that, well, Nightwing was so impressive. I mean, he somehow managed to be like Rey in Star Wars, or The Last Jedi. It was like he became the Messiah, and Nightwing could overcome the great darkness just by thinking about it, apparently. And he's just so spectacular, and he's so amazing that, so, I guess it's time, apparently, for the Justice League to take a back seat. After all, it's always the Justice League coming to try to save the world in a crisis, and the Justice League did a pretty terrible job in Dark Crisis. After all, they did get killed. But, Nightwing didn't, and Nightwing led the Titans, and my God, an argument could be made that even the members of Teen Titans Academy showed up more in Dark Crisis than the Justice League did. That wouldn't be entirely accurate, but what the hell, I'll say it anyway. It almost kind of felt that way because, I mean, the Justice League, let's face it. What is the purpose of having a Justice League anyway? They're always around anyway. So does it really matter if they're a team? Really, when you think about it, if you got 7 members of the Justice League, if you got the Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Aquaman, Flash, whether it's Barry Allen or Wally West or Green Lantern, whether it's Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Joe Mealian, or whoever hell it might be, Simon Baez. I'm butchering those names. Who cares? It doesn't even matter. I always get a kick out of monitor duty in the Justice League satellite, or the Totality satellite, or whether they have their headquarters in a mountain, or whether their Heroes Network has their headquarters of the Justice League, or in the Fortress of Solitude, or in the Batcave. The fact of the matter is, every time a Justice League member is on monitor duty, it takes them away from their city where crime has taken place. And so it makes it kind of hard for them to, I'm getting at my point that I don't see how having a Justice League necessarily protects the Earth any more than if you don't have a Justice League. And as a matter of fact, you can make an argument that the Justice League has a habit of interfering with world affairs as it is, but they always sort of breeze over that fact. Although they did tease and hint at it a little bit during the Leviathan run there, which, let's face it, none of us liked anyway, right? But whatever. But honestly, are the Titans going to be any different now? So now Nightwing's going to form the Titans because, incidentally, Nightwing, at the end of it, Nightwing issue 100, spoiler alert, surprise, surprise, Nightwing will announce to the world that, plans, obviously, for Titans, a new Titans Tower. This is really to the surprise of absolutely no one. Apologies to those who actually thought there was going to be a wedding. Come on, this is DC, right? And it's not like they did like Tom King. They didn't make any promises that there was going to be anything resembling a wedding in Nightwing 100. That was totally fan speculation. And you know that DC is not going to give fans what they want. And we all know that what we really wanted was the Justice League to be replaced by the Titans. Because we were so excited after we saw the future Titans with Teen Titans Academy. We were all having geekasms over the prospect of the Justice League being replaced by Titans, especially Teen Titans, right? Right? If we're being honest? Nah, no, obviously not. But in any event, so now that Nightwing's going to be forming the Titans, now the Justice League's off the table. How does that help the DC universe? How is that making the universe safer? Exactly. How is the DC universe now safer now that Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have decided that, well, the Justice League, the whole monitor duty thing, kind of interfered with my time management thing, and I got other things I want to do. Wonder Woman probably wants to sleep with Steve Trevor and her other little knight guy. I don't even remember his name anymore. I'm following the Clunrads is can be somewhat of a chore, but Wonder Woman has a very busy social calendar. That's putting it politely. And let's face it, she's not particularly responsible. She gets tired of going to the Justice League. I mean, if Wonder Woman on monitor duty, I mean, she's got no one to give a speech to and tell them what they're doing wrong with their lives and making everybody feel inferior to her perfection, right? And Superman, what does he do really? I mean, Batman can't stand being alone in the Justice League satellite. He needs to be out harassing members of his family, telling them they're not good enough, making sure they're safe. You know how it is. So really, the Justice League was a family of profound dysfunction on multiple levels. So not to be outdone, Nightwing says, hold my beer. Not that he drinks, he doesn't drink, which he really should drink. Because if he drank, maybe he would have been a better teacher than he was during the Teen Titans Academy fiasco, which was an absolute disaster. Because remember, people, last year, Titans Tower wasn't destroyed just once. It was destroyed twice. Once by Red X. Who? Red X. You know what? Red X and Leviathan should compete for the most forgettable characters of the last 5 years for DC Comics. But in any event, Nightwing forming the Titans. Who should be a member of the Titans? And doesn't really matter. Because the fact of the matter is, whatever the Titans do, the members of the Titans, who are the member of the Titans going to be? Well, you want A-listers, right? But you know that we're going to be elevated. We're going to get Nightwing elevated up to A-list status. Well, he already was, or at least he was the A-list of the B-listers, and now he's A-list. Now it's safe to say Nightwing is A-list. 2022 is Nightwing's year, so he's A-list. We're going to have Starfire on there. Got to have Starfire on there. You're going to have Cyborg on there. I mean, Cyborg, that guy just brings bad luck, doesn't he? I mean, you put Cyborg in the Justice League Snyderverse movies, the Snyderverse goes to shit. I mean, and you get an actor that whines and complains all the time. Thanks, Ray Fisher. And then you put Cyborg on the Justice League gets killed, and they disband. Now you want to put Cyborg on the Titans? That's how I know Titans is going to fail. Cyborg's on the team. Just kidding. I don't mean to be so hard on Victor Stone, but Victor, you need a point. You need a reason to exist, my friend. What you don't need is another comic book. That much I tell you, because you're just not all that interesting, Victor. You're just kind of a robot looking for a purpose. And that plot line's been done so many times. You're better off just staying to the sidelines. Iron Man, my friend, you are not. But, see, so you got Starfire, Nightwing, Cyborg. You got to have Beast Boy on there, even though this guy shouldn't be on there, but they'll probably throw Beast Boy on there. He's probably still a vegetable from being shot in the head by Deathstroke. But hey, Deathstroke ain't doing too good now either out of Dark Crisis. So, you know that Deathstroke now is probably going to be like a primary villain of the Titans. Elevate the Titans, so Deathstroke is now going to be probably elevated to Lex Luthor status. Just because, and he's got family issues and family dysfunction. So he's sort of like a Batman on steroids but like really, really bad. And never, he's a mess. So who else is going to be on the Titans? I would like to see, personally, even with the Justice League being disbanded, it's the Justice League disbanding is sort of like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman saying to Nightwing, look, this is your baby. This world needs something new. We need to try something different. A new generation is looking to you. We're the old guard. You're the new guard. You inspired us. You saved us. So do something. Show us what you can do. And that's what Nightwing is going to do. And coming out of issue of Nightwing 100, and it's going to be a good thing. I hope it's going to be a good thing. I think it's a decent experiment, if I'm talking honestly in this honesty rant. I think it's a good thing that the Titans are stepping up to the plate. We can get new members. It can be refreshed. DC can give marketing to it. And who's to say we can't have Wonder Woman be a member of a Titan? We can't have Batman at some point be a Titan, or even Superman, or Super Superboy or whatever, John L. or John, whatever, John Kent. Call him what you will. I ain't calling him Superman yet. But whatever it is, I think it does add a little bit air of difference. It feels different. Does it really feel exciting knowing that, well, no, it's not Justice League. Now it's Titans. Titans are elevated. So where does that leave the Justice League? I guess it doesn't leave them anywhere. They're just not on the playing field anymore. Seems a little bit odd. Seems a little bit different. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it, because if all this is just saying, well, you know, we want Titans, we want to make the Titans shine, and in order to make the Titans shine, we don't want to have the Justice League on the table. That seems a little bit almost kind of silly. It's sort of like biting your nose or ripping off your nose to spite your face, or whatever that expression is. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. How is it going to go? Who are the members of the team of the Titans? Who do you think the member of the Titans are going to be moving forward? Who is Nightwing going to choose? Remember that Nightwing is one of the most beloved and genuinely well-liked and most liked hero of the entire DC universe within the DC universe. So knowing that if you're a would-be hero, if you're a would-be superpowered person and you want to step up to the plate, you probably love Nightwing. You probably respect Nightwing. Hell, a lot of villains probably brag about the fact that, hey, I got beat by Nightwing last week. He kicked my ass last week. Yeah, he kicked my ass and threw my ass in jail. Yeah, Nightwing, that acrobat. Yeah, the guy with the nice ass. Yeah, he kicked my ass. No shit. Yeah, he threw me in jail. Yeah, me. Yeah. Anyways, so being defeated by Nightwing has to be a privilege. I mean, plus he's a billionaire philanthropist, right? Although I guess people don't know that. But boy, they certainly sounds like somebody else. Anyways, it's interesting. I can't help but to feel that even though it feels, if I'm honest, it kind of feels like we're headed into a different era. It is a dawn of a DCU. But on the other hand, paradoxically, I feel, well, what's different? We're just getting a Justice League, but with a different name, right? I don't know. Guys, tell me how you feel. Tell me, do you think it really matters if the Titans replace the Justice League? Do you think the stories are going to be any different? Do you think a Nightwing-led Titans is going to be any different than a Batman-led Justice League or a Superman-led Justice League? I don't know. Moreover, how do you feel about former Justice League members joining the Titans under Nightwing? How do you think that sounds? Anyways, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, guys, and until next time, don't forget to read a lot of DC comics, and Comic Boom, out.